All right. Sorry about that. My network was unable to let me share. We're going to start now. First of all, let's all try to turn off our mute our mics, or try to mute our mics if possible, so that we don't disturb others who are listening. All right. I hope everyone can see my screen. Is everyone able to see my screen? All right. Good. Thank you. All right. Welcome to Beyond the Code. Um, please, if your mic is still on, just turn it off, please. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Okay. So, welcome to Devspax Beyond the Code. And my name is Chisom Chima, and I'm the person that is going to be your host today. All right. I'm just going to dive right into it because we've wasted a bit of time, waiting for people. Let's just get into it so that many people would know who we are. So, who are we? Devspax is a community-driven platform. We are built to empower developers, tech enthusiasts, students, and builders across Africa and beyond. We exist to build the gap between learning and real-world engineering. So, you would find out more about us in devsparks.com in case you are yet to visit the site. This is what it looks like. This is what it looks like. So you will find out that Devsparks is a real-world coding platform that allows you to take part in, interesting challenges, and where you could, connect with your mates, share your challenges across social media, and we have some hackathons where you could win some money as well. So that's just what Devsparks is about, and we started the Beyond the Code series where we can be able to talk about emerging technologies. You see, AI is here to stay. There are some new technologies that we want people in the community to be aware about. There are some good practices that we want people who are starting out in development to know about, especially now in the age of AI. And the objectives of Beyond the Code is for us to explore real-world impact for emerging technologies and AI tooling systems. We also want to highlight some software developers who are also involving in the industry. You're going to listen to really we're going to listen to a lot of seasoned speakers and developers who are really doing well in their field, both those who are abroad and those who are in Nigeria, especially for those who are abroad to, give us an insight into how, we could break into the tech in Nigeria, but across the world. So now that we are done with the aims, objective of Devsparks, I think I would call on Chima Valentine to just give us a quick overview of the Devsparks application. Thanks, everyone.
Yeah, good afternoon, everybody. My name is Nguuma Valentine, and I'm a software engineer. Okay, so today I'm going to be kind of demoing the whole Devspark, showing you guys around, and just like let everybody get used to the product, see what the product is about, and have an intro view of what the product is. So I'm going to be sharing my screen now, so that we can go through it together, see the challenges, the features in the app, and whatnot. So I'll be sharing my screen now. So I want you guys to indicate if you can see my screen. Can you see my screen?
Sorry, we have a question. Edwin.
Okay, I wanted to confirm if you could see the screen. Okay. So this is the landing page, this is the website. This is just the landing page telling you what the platform is about, grow your tech skills with the future. If you scroll down, you can see the features we have. We have challenges, mentorships, teams. Mentorship isn't there yet. It's a feature that's going to come in the future. So mentorship is where you can speak with individuals who has higher knowledge in software engineering. So you can ask them questions. If you have any challenges, you can also reach out to them. Then these are okay. These are the challenges and mentorships, things we do, how to get started. Okay, practice with real world challenges we had, and this is basically just the landing page. So we also, if you come here over here, we have the leaderboard. So if you take a challenge, each challenge has a particular point assigned to that challenge. So if you are able to complete a challenge and post the results in the website, you have a point, and this is the leaderboard. So you can see which will have the highest points. You can see the first person, second, third. So these are everybody that has created an account with us. So if you create an account in Devspax, your name will appear here, and you have your own point allocated to you. So that's about them. And about us, these are people that built the platform. As you can see, Chima Jisom, she's in the meeting, me, and Chima Charles, she's also here as well in the meeting. So you can sign up here, but I already have an account, so I'll just click on the account. Yeah, so let me log out, then log in here. So you come here, put in your email and your password. So if you log in, this is your dashboard, this is your profile. As you can see, I have 0 points. This is a brand new account, so I have 0 points here. So when you take challenges and get more points, they will show here. So these are the challenges we have. You can see in area exchange track API, this is for the backend, the beginner level. So you can see payments, stack, webhook, processor. This for backend is a backend project as well. A backend challenge. Then this is also for the front end. Then you can, if you come over here, these are the list of the challenges. You can touch on a particular challenge, you can take a challenge, but I'll come there. Let's go to the hackathon. We also have a hackathon tab. This is where we post hackathons that we have available. So we wanted to like, how can developers actually make money using this system? So we now came up with the hackathon system, which you can come here, see hackathons, take the challenge, and if your work is actually good and you come first in the hackathon, you can also make money there as well. So I'll still come back to the hackathon. Let's just go forward for now. So we have the leaderboard as well. Just as we had in the landing page, also have a leaderboard here. As you can see, currently I'm last because I just opened an account and I have 0 points. So I'm last for now, but hopefully we'll be able to change that as we go. So we also have the mentors. As I told you before, the mentors, we are still working on it. We haven't like gotten enough people that are willing to take that role for now. So we'll still be coming to that. They also have your profile. So this is the profile where you have your information, basic information about you. Yeah, okay, if you have to still come here and input your GitHub profile, your LinkedIn, your portfolio link as well. This is also going to help us to be able to know more about you, so that, because in the future we're also going to be adding kind of an employment, so you can, if you take on more challenges and you get more points, and maybe you have job offers or people offering that are looking for devs, you can also see your profile, your GitHub, your portfolio, and give to the client. And if the clients actually see what you're doing, they can also employ you. So that's why you have to give us your GitHub, LinkedIn, portfolio link, so that we can be able to like keep track of your progress. So if you come here to, you also have the badges. So depending on the points you have, we give you a badge for that. So it's just kind of like a reward system. So if you can see, I'm seeing 0 points. Okay. As you can see, I'm still in 0 point, so I'm still a newbie. So by the time I keep taking on challenges and taking more challenges, and my points keep growing, I'll be growing up in ranks. So for now, I'm still a newbie though. But I'm not a newbie, but yeah, I'm still a newbie. So if I take more challenges, then I can increase in rank. So these are also the challenge. Okay, these are challenges. So if you start a challenge, you see the challenge in active challenges. So you can see list of challenges you have started. If you have completed any challenge, you also see the list of challenges you have completed. So okay, so let's click on the challenge. So if you come to a particular challenge, you can see different lists of challenges depending on what you are, the front end, back end. If you're a front end engineer or a back end engineer, we also have challenges for UI designers and data analysts as well. So you just come and see the one that you can see. They're also intermediate for intermediate, beginners, intermediate, advanced as well. So you just come, read different challenges. The one you feel you're able to solve, you can pick up the challenge and solve the problem and submit your answer. So let me take this challenge. Team switch mini app as for a beginner. So if you come to the challenge, the name is Team Switcher Mini App. You read the descriptions. So this Team Switcher Mini App is, if it comes to an application or a website and you want to switch between light mode, I think you even have it yourself. So you can switch it between light mode and dark mode. So that's basically what this challenge is about. Just build a mini app, then integrate different themes. So you can have the light, you can have the dark, you can have other colors, depending on what you want to do, depending on how you can play around with colors if you want to. So that is the description. You can read the criteria for the particular project. User must be able to switch between at least 4 different themes. So we have to do 4 different colors, the light, dark, and 2 other colors that you want. All UI components must update instantly when the team is selected. So when you click on a particular team, you should be able to switch to that particular color which you choose. Then the application must work properly across all screen sizes. That means it must be responsive. And as a web developer, your site must be responsive. So let's start the challenge. You can take the challenge. Then it tells you, are you ready to take on this challenge? Once you start this challenge, you'll be marked as active and you can submit your results when you are done. So this is just to make sure that you want to start the challenge. So you click on start challenge. So I've started the challenge now. So you can see it's in progress. So yesterday I was able to work on the project. So I just built a mini React app and I named it team app. I named it Teamify actually. So I just did a little bit of coding and brainstorming and I came up with this. So it's actually live now. This is it here. Yeah. So this is what I built, Teamify. So you can see it's just a mini app. Here. Then this is the main thing. They told us in the challenge, they said we should do 4 different colors. I did 5. So I think you guys have to give me a round of applause. So you have the white, the dark blue, the green, orange, blue as well. So I think I did more than I should go. So you see, this is what the challenge is all about. You understand? So this is the link. I hosted it on Vercel as well. So I also post the Vercel link here. Hold on, let me get it.
Yes, it's always advisable that you publish your work on something like Vercel and stuff, because we want you're going to be submitting the link of that particular project, so that when people click on what you've submitted, they're able to just go straight to a live site. Or you could also submit a GitHub as well or Netlify as well. You could put Vercel, Netlify, or maybe your GitHub where the code is, where people could run it. But I'm not really a big fan of GitHub because people could make this could make you download corrupted files based on something that's a security threat. So yeah.
Okay, so the requirement of that project, what was supposed to submit that? Let's go back. Okay. So as you can see, what you're supposed to submit, you're supposed to submit the link to the project. So I'm going to submit the live link. Let me bring out the live link. Yeah. So as you can see, this is the live link here. You can see I hosted it on vercel.app. So I'm going to copy this live link here. I'm going to put the result here. Then also, I'm also going, then this is the title as a team app result. So then I'm going to write a description. Let me just think something of the works.
Chima, could you round up a bit? We're short on time.
So yeah, just a little description, and I'll also copy the link. This is link to the live project here, and also the link to the GitHub. So that's the 2 links we require from you, so you can now submit. So you see, congratulations submitting your new challenge. If you go home and refresh, with time, well, after the approval, the points is going to increase. So then you can also come to leaderboard, and your points are actually going to increase. So as you can see, okay, I think he has added here on the leaderboard. Let's go to leaderboard. So as you can see now, I'm now second with 150 points because that challenge was 150 points. So I'm not the last anymore. So I think that is basically what we have for now on the challenges. Just so we'll go forward with the meeting, then we can also come back for the hackathon as well. So just move over to you.
All right. Thank you, Chima, for that wonderful presentation. Does anyone have any questions? Don't worry, just reserve all your questions for the app for towards the end. But for now, let us invite our next speaker, Mr. Nguuma. He's going to give us a little big deep dive into AI and security. Mr. Nguuma is someone who has been working in the tech space for over 12 years, both in Nigeria and in the UK, currently based in the UK. So you're going to be learning a lot from him because he's not just going to be teaching you just based on the Nigerian standard, but the standard globally. Over to you, Mr. Nguuma.
Hello.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, hello. Yeah. Good afternoon, everyone. I think it's the same time, so I'll say good afternoon. If you can see my screen, just let me know so I could just. Okay. All right. My name is Nguuma Tyokaha. I am an AI specialist, but I don't like the title AI specialist because I come from a cybersecurity background before I got into the software and AI. So I like also talking about myself as a cybersecurity person as well. I'm very happy for this platform because it's a place where we learn together, share ideas together, and where we will grow together as well. It would have been nice if we had introduction to AI, but I decided to come in first because I might be rushing to go get my kids from school. Yeah, so let's just jump into it. As teacher said, I won't introduce myself that much, but just to assure that I'm worth speaking to you guys. I've been in the IT for over 14 years now. Started my career as a network engineer, and we all know the situation of Nigeria, how it transitions you to touch everything because you are hustling. So from network engineer, I moved into software as well, and I decided into cybersecurity. So that's why I'm wearing the hat of all this. I'm experienced enough to be able to speak to you guys. So currently I'm in the UK. I'm working as an AI specialist. I would like to talk about building secure AI application because that's the most talk about stuff. AI. Everybody's talking about AI right now, and that's why I decided to go with this topic because it's not about just building AI systems or building AI or building with AI. We need to understand the challenges that we will be facing as developers or upcoming developers or even seasoned developers as well. Yeah. So why does it matter for us to build AI or build software that are secure? If you in Nigeria, I'd like to talk about, since we're most in Nigeria, we have been experiencing a lot of cyber attacks in most of our big tech organizations. Some of the banks have been attacked as well, like CAC, some of the banks as well, and that is a challenge. And you could hear some of our big guys in the tech saying, Nigeria, we have the software guys or we have the developers, but most of them are not. They can't meet up the world standard, and these are the issues that ends up coming up. So it's good for us to understand the future of AI. We have been using AI as chatbot, co-pilot. So you're hearing about AI agents, large language model powered application. Everything is changing. Everybody's trying to integrate or adapt AI into their current application or future applications that are building. So let's look at security in such a way that we don't see it as security after we build the application. Let's always consider building applications with security from the architecture of the application or from the stack you're using, from the dependency, from the packages like Hutchison mentioned, GitHub, your CI/CD. We have to start looking at security from the onset. And that's the challenge that we're having in most of these applications we're building recently. We're all rushing to build applications, and our customers and our clients don't care. They just want to let the system work. And at the end of the day, we expose vulnerabilities, or we build systems that are vulnerable. And some of us feel building an application with login or JWT, you feel, oh, the system is secured. I bet you it is not secured, because that's just one phase of it. It's okay. It's a starting point, but it is not. And that's why if you see this slide talk about auth alone isn't enough for you to say your application is secured. Some of us write it in our CV that we're building secure applications because we just put in Google Auth or we did a JWT token and stuff like that. That's not enough. And this same security challenge we have in our normal applications or mobile apps is the same challenges or vulnerabilities that AI is exposing or AI application also have. In short, it just changes a little bit. The way you can't build an AI application without having a backend and a front end, or an API or a connection on MCP server that talks to the AI or stuff like that. It's still the same software developers that still build this platform. So we have to look at that as very important. So AI is introducing new security challenges that we have not experienced. Like we might be hearing the word prompt injection. Some people you have heard about vector database. We have heard about RAG system fine-tuning and stuff. These layers are introducing security issues in the applications we are building or in the AI applications we are integrating for our clients. We are actually rushing in shipping applications fast. If you could even tell, most of the applications now are being developed or being vibe coded. That's a new terminology right now. We are building vibe coding, and as well vibe coding, we're building systems without no proper guardrails, without no proper security. That's another issue we have to consider as we emerge in this new AI adoption. Security is we have some kind of security strategies that we could use when building applications or building AI solutions. We talked about one, authentication. There's difference between authentication and authorization. For those of us that have been developing or have been developers, we should understand these terminologies. AI also, we should look at when you're building AI solutions. You also ensure that the AI doesn't have access to all the layers of your application. You have to also need to introduce authentication and authorization for your AI. Like example, authentication is just having the strong login or like a token or access token to have access to a particular application. In a layman's sense, is you have a guest to your office and the security just identify this is the person that's supposed to visit you, and then the person is let into the building, and the person can either wait at the reception or wait somewhere for you to come. The person doesn't have access to all the offices, but authorization is what actually identifies what that user can access or that visitor can access. Maybe they can access just the guest room, sorry, the guest toilet, but they can't access all the offices. That's what authorization does. And as I'm discussing this, as you're building AI solutions or you're building AI applications, you have to treat AI, you have to treat this solutions you are building as if you're building a secure software. That's how you treat AI as well. But there's another terminology when it comes to AI. It introduces what we call guardrails. So you'll be hearing a lot of this word guardrails. Your AI has guardrails. You hear some AI has skills not to allow it to hallucinate, not to allow it to drift away from the instruction. But there's, as a researcher as well, which I've actually worked as a cybersecurity researcher, it has shown that with all the skills and guardrails we give to AI people still find ways to break or to have prompt injection into those AI. You can give an AI guardrails not to pick your database or pick information from your database. Unfortunately, it has access to it. Somebody might come and say, act as the admin or act as like re-engineer the prompt and tell it to bypass all other prompt that has been given to it and give it all the data, query all the data from the database, and then they'll end up picking up sensitive or information from the database. So that's how. But you think you have built a chat system that is secured, or you have built a RAG system that is secured, but somebody can just jailbreak that, and that's what it does. There's another terminology called least privilege. It's one of my favorite. You give access to the AI or to your system to only what it can access. For instance, you're building a RAG system, it should only have read access, not edit access. It should have only edit access, not delete access, in terms of what skills or agent or tool that the agent or the AI wants to call. That's what that does. And I like this fancy auths. Some people just mistake between authorization and authentication, and this just shows us the difference between when you mean someone says you're authenticated and somebody says you're authorized to have access to some of the, which I've explained before. I won't repeat myself, but that's what just this slide is talking about, just to elaborate more on the difference between. So you don't just, the tool, I always advise to ensure you use the tool when you're building applications as a software developer or you're building AI solutions. And most people feel when you have authentication or you have a role-based authentication on the front end, you don't need it at the back end. In short, it's even supposed to come from the back end, not the front end, because the front end, somebody can actually have access to through a spec and then change from user to admin, and then can have access to other pages. So you should always try to use both as well. And there's what we call role-based access control, and then there's attribute-based access control. Like I explained, the role-based just gives you permission on the role, like admin, editor, user, and stuff like that. Then the attribute is what allocates what that user resources and actions that user can do. It's the same thing on AI as well. So if you're building AI solutions, you do that as well. And this slide just tells us what's difference you have there. So AI is introducing risks into our applications, like prompt injection, data leak, and we're over trusting AI agents or over trusting AI with so much information on our applications that needs to be restricted. So I believe if we follow most of these checklists or these guardrails, you should be able to build secure and or adapt AI, or build even in our normal applications, even without AI. If you follow these guardrails or this checklist, you should be able to build a secure system. Just kind of a reminder: authentication, authorization, and the kind of threats AI is introducing. So you should always have your AI to have access to what it needs to have access to. Maybe it might just be read, shouldn't have access to writes or updates or deletes. I've heard big companies like Amazon, their AI have deleted records. So that's to tell you that it's not just you as a beginner. For big companies like Amazon and other big companies are actually falling in this kind of a big problem. We are not left out. So, but it's about awareness, about education, it's about knowledge transfer, or it's about this kind of platform we have that Devspax has introduced that we could discuss and elaborate on matters like this. So that gets to the end of my slide for now, but hopefully we'll be looking at practicals as we move on with Devspax, as we feature move into building real AI solutions. And as Chisom dropped on the group, I've also fine-tuned the large language model for cybersecurity. So we could also be doing things in fine-tuning models for domain-specific use case, for security use case, and all that. Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you very much, Mr. Nguuma. Everyone, let's give him a round of applause. And in case you have any questions for this session, you could ask it now. Or if you don't want to raise your hand, you can drop it in the chat. So for every speaker, you could just drop any question you have on the chat. All right. We're going to call on the next speaker, which is actually Chima Valentine again. So he's going to show us, talk to us a little bit more about the hackathon, what it's about, and what to expect in the coming hackathon.
Good afternoon, everybody. So it's Chima Valentine again. So today we're going to be now we're going to talk about the hackathon. Let me share my screen. Okay, so I believe you guys can see my screen. So in the previous time we went through the challenges. So now we're going through the hackathon. So the hackathon is basically like the challenge. You view the hackathon, you read what the hackathon is about. So because of the way AI now, because of the way AI is taking over the tech industry, the hackathon is still going to involve AI, because I think all of us have to get used to AI. So the hackathon is just solving a Nigerian problem using AI, just building a system which you feel can solve a real Nigerian problem. You can also you have to include AI as well. So AI has to help you. You have to include AI in the system you are building to be able to solve that particular problem. So if you come here, you can read the information about it. The description: Nigeria has a shortage of real problems, and Nigeria developers have a shortage of talent. So you can build a real problem to solve that particular problem. So this particular hackathon is the cash prize is 50,000 naira. So if you go through the descriptions, the rules, and everything, and do the system yourself and post, you can click here, take the challenge, and start the challenge as well. Then you can also do the hackathon and submit your results. So what you just have to do is just write the result title, post the link, the live link of the project, and also the GitHub repo. Write the description of your answer and just submit. And the Devspax team will go through the submissions and pick the best among the submissions and award their cash prize. So you can also follow us on LinkedIn for updates. We'll be dropping the winner of the hackathon. The hackathon is going to last for 2 weeks. I think it's going to end on the 10th of July. So by then we'll gather the submissions, then post the winner of the hackathon on LinkedIn, and your cash prize will be ordered to you. So the hackathon also has its own point as well. So even if you didn't win, you gain a point and also your score in the book. So I think that is all for now. Thank you, Jason.
All right. Thank you, Chima Valentine. In case you have any questions about using the Devspax application, just reach out to us, or you can try as much as possible to join the community. Also, something you should also know is if you have any interesting challenge that you want to share with us, that's one of the reasons why you should join the community. You're able to drop maybe your own challenges that you think we could be able to add. Maybe you're a designer and we don't have as much design challenges there, and you think you want your own little way of contributing to the community and gaining recognition. So also, if you win or any of the hackathons, you'll be hosted. Your profile will be posted on the winners page. So we have the winners page where those people who are winners of a hackathon can be seen, and it can also be used as proof of work, not just on LinkedIn, but also not just on LinkedIn, but also on the website. Also, if you have maybe you want to also give back to the community and you want to host your own hackathon, you can also reach out to us as well on the community. That way you're giving back as well. Thanks, everyone. All right, let's move on to our next speaker, Ahmed. Mr. Ahmed is a full stack software engineer, and he's focused on building secure decoupled web architectures across legal, insurance, and trading and education sectors. He has several years of experience. He has worked in fintech. He has worked with companies outside Nigeria. He has worked with companies here in Nigeria. And the good thing about the speakers we are bringing in today are people who have, they've been through the rigorous trainings, the struggles. They know the struggles of people who are starting out, and they've been through all of that struggle, and they've not just done so well here in Nigeria, but they are also global experts. So I'm going to be calling on Ahmed to give us a beautiful lecture around backend systems, building nice backend systems with AI. All right, thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone from Nigeria. I don't know our various locations, so it's 3:47 p.m. in Nigeria. So good afternoon once again. As Chisom has said, Nuhu Ahmed by name, and I'm a full stack developer. Don't let her sing my praises too much. I have about 6 years experience now under my belt. At least someone just spoke. I has 14, so I'm relatively still still new. Also, don't mind 6 years though. So I'll be taking us a quick one. Basically, I'm a full stack, but let me say I'm backend heavy on development. I can do front end as well with React, Next.js and the likes, but then backend heavy. So I chose to speak on this interesting topic, which is beyond architecting AI systems that scale. So basically, what I had in mind when Chisom reached out that should come up with the topic was yes, everybody is building an AI application right now. Everyone wants to build something and have AI in it. He doesn't know if he or she needs it or not. He's not aware, but he just wants something that has AI. So, and I just felt that since we're talking, as this is the community helping younger developers, junior developers just coming up to scale up. So I would just want to bring out a few pointers that you should have in mind when building your AI applications. Yeah, it might work for a user, 10 users, maybe 100. But then what happens when you start scaling the application and you're having 1,000 users, you're having 10,000 users. Yes, you might be a junior developer today, but you never can say the solution you bring in would come and beat for somebody that has even 100 years experience. If there's anybody that has that. So I just want to point out few blockers that one should put in mind when building an application. I hope you can still hear me. I don't know. Can you just maybe react to let me know that you're still with me? Okay. Thank you. So back to my topic. I'll just make it a quick one so that we don't get bored. Beyond architecting AI systems that scale. So when you say this topic, I don't know, should it be interactive or I should just continue reading?
You can you can do it. I think you can do it however you want. You can make it interactive, and I understand that this topic is very important because right now everybody is a vibe coder, and
Yeah.
everybody knows system design.
So
So this system design,
exactly. So I just had to bring in architecture because at least even if you're vibe coding and you should still have ideas of good prompts on things to check. I might have 6 years experience. I still got into just last week. I think last week I still got into will I say a problem, or let me say there was something I overlooked that I didn't cater for a use case in the company I work with, and it's almost cost us a lot. If we didn't have a QA, probably it would have cost us some money. So I think having good ground around architecture is something that everyone should put in mind. So I would just start now. So when most people think about artificial intelligence, AI, everybody most likely is thinking ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, and the likes. And you're just thinking, ask a question and getting an answer instantly. But then nobody's thinking what's going on behind, or you just ask AI a prompt and then you just see it types thinking there and then you get your answer. Then you just feel you could maybe you have an API just as a junior developer backend. You could have an API that connects OpenAI to your application and it does that same back and forth for you, and then the other things that you're not considering. So what people don't realize is building an AI into a real business application is much more complex than simply connecting that AI service. It's way beyond connecting OpenAI to your application. So what we're going to be doing today is we're going to look at why people who bring in AI into their application and yet the application still doesn't do well, it fails and the rest. But then we'll now look at how large companies design it and use it effectively. So I don't know, has anyone here built any solution, any AI solution back end, front end? I don't know, played around it even for a bit. Can you still see my PowerPoint?
yes, we can.
Okay.
Yes.
Has anyone, which I just want to know if anyone has at all or played
You
around
can use
it.
a thumbs up. You can use a thumbs
And
up
just
button.
react if you have or a thumbs up. Nobody? Okay, man. Okay, if you haven't built anything around AI, can you react? Around AI, if you haven't built anything, please just react. I just want us to know what together. Okay. Okay, so I'll just jump to this as the number one problem. Why the initial bottleneck everyone should check is why synchronous AI implementations fail at production scale. It will go, if you start building now, 1 user, 2 user, you're the only one testing locally, everything will be going smoothly. But then when you now go into production, a proper business application, first bottleneck you are most likely to encounter is latency. So you're used to ChatGPT, we're used to it. You ask a question, it takes, you don't get like a reply immediately. So for now, if you're using ChatGPT directly, you might not care about since it's free again, you might not care about how long it took to get you that the answer or the response. But then now for a user using, let's say, an enterprise app where I'm paying you money or I'm expecting things to happen smoothly, but then your own application is also just connecting to OpenAI, which is just like you're just doing ChatGPT under the hood. So if ChatGPT is taking, for example, let's say 15 seconds to give a response, it means your own application using it now would give, let's say, add another 5 seconds to it. So the normal ChatGPT OpenAI website would give the answer in 15 seconds. Yours is not giving it in 20 seconds. So how exactly are you looking at keeping users when users have a better experience on ChatGPT than your own application? So majorly what we're looking at is for someone building, you're using just a user logging in to your website, calling your backend API. Sorry, just 1 minute. Sorry, don't have cheats. Sorry, just joking. So back to my presentation. So basically, how are you going to keep? How do you want to compete with somebody that is like an application that is out there free and users are getting like better response time? Because trust me, a good thing about application is getting your response in time, you wanting to get things done and not waste users time, because imagine going to a website and it's taking forever to give you a response. I'm sure you might just even get bored of the application, the web app, or even the mobile app, and just close it and go do something else. So the user submits a request, the backend waits, then the AI, which is OpenAI or Gemini, thinks, the backend waits some more, eventually a response comes back. The problem there now is the latency trap, as I was saying. Traditional applications respond very quickly. Example, checking account balance on your, what can we say, money point application or something, or OPay, takes 100 milliseconds. Loading a profile, maybe 200 milliseconds. Updating the password, maybe 300 milliseconds. Milliseconds, not even up to a second. AI is different. Examples, summarizing a document can take 5 seconds. Generating a report, maybe 10 seconds, just giving approximations here. Analyzing a contract now, like let's say you have like a document, you have a new job and you want AI to analyze or go through the contract before you sign and the rest. Let's say it takes 20 plus seconds. So imagine you if the OpenAI is taking 20 plus seconds, then you are also telling your user to take another maybe to add another 15 seconds to it. So the wait time would seem like it's not a good experience. So now imagine 1,000 users at the same time calling that endpoint. For example, they all want to, yes, you might say it's not possible now for a small application, that it's not possible for 1,000 users to say they want to call your API. But then what about when you get there? That's killing exactly what I'm trying to say. So your servers will just become overwhelmed. So that's latency trap. The next thing I would also want to hit on is rate limit wall. As you're using API endpoint, all this OpenAI, Gemini, even as a user, there might have been a time where you used it to the point they tell you, hey, wait to like another 5 hours before you continue, or another 2 hours. I don't know. Has anyone had the experience before? Anyone here? Yeah. So imagine your own user. That's only you using it, and you're getting that that feedback. So now imagine 1,000 people using your own credentials under the hood to call the API. To mean, let's say your application receives 500 requests, which is like a good, that's scaling up. Then, and OpenAI is only allowing 100 requests per minute. So what will happen? What do you think would happen? Anyone, please? Your application is having 500, and OpenAI is allowing 500 requests per minute, and OpenAI is allowing 100 requests per minute. What's the obvious? It means 400 requests get rejected. Users start seeing errors. The AI is broken. The architecture is broken also. That's just it. I don't know if we agree on that. So, basically, that's just what I was saying. So, there's one more issue that I think I didn't add to my slide. There's a mistake people make when you're making API calls. People that's junior devs, you might not experience it. Maybe if you're mid-level, but for a junior developer who is not maybe too seasoned, you might have security risks in, as mentioned by the earlier speaker. You could, don't be surprised, you would see developers using live keys from the front end. Like there was an instance for an application I saw once. The guy was making his was trying to receive payments from the front end using the API keys on the front end rather. It was in the API keys, so it meant you could easily just go to the network, copy the curl, go to Postman, and start claiming deposits that you're not actually giving the person money, but then the person will receive notifications that this payments. So that security risk is something that I feel if you're vibe coding, you might just if you're not technical enough to not allow that, you might just end up using those keys on the front end, and you'd be surprised that people will just earn money from you. And so what's the solution to all this? The solution basically is going to be an event-driven architecture, which is I think this image I'll have to share it again. Or I'll just drop this somewhere. So imagine if you're to build, as a junior developer, you're to build an endpoint for Uber to request ride. So it would mean basically off the head, you create the user hits an endpoint, the backend tries to search for a ride, a driver that is available, and then waits. If the driver accepts that ride, then before you now tell the user, okay, you've been connected to this user, and the driver is coming. But then that's no Uber. That's not what they do. So what Uber doesn't normally does it. They receive your request, they create that ride, add a tracking number to it. So that tracking number is what just updates your mobile application on the front end. After that, I don't know if anyone has used webhooks. No, WebSockets. Sorry, or that's too much. Anyone? Do you have any backend developer here? Sorry, junior.
Do we have backend devs here?
So I don't get to.
I think we have to see that Daniel. Daniel is a big backend guy.
Sida is also a big backend guy.
Serious. I
So
don't
so majorly, basically, you just that tracking number is just used to update through WebSockets the progress on that ride. Okay, a driver has been matched with you. Waiting for the driver to accept the ride. The driver is on your way. Basically, it's just used to notify you. So just imagine you having to wait. You don't know how long it will take that driver to accept that ride, or even see the ride. Maybe he was driving before he checks his phone. Yeah, before he parks, checks his phone and accepts the ride. Then you're all just waiting. It's just loading, a loading screen on the front end, and you're just loading and loading and loading. But then Uber doesn't do that to you. They just acknowledge your request, and do all that on the background. So you just that, which basically is just the event-driven architecture. So events are just being fired up and things get carried. So basically, I'll be jumping just to the nervous system. So offloading work to the background to maintain high performance gateways. So basically, that's the background tasks I was talking about, where you can have workers and that would handle all this background job, that will handle all these background tasks for you. So you are not you're not keeping your users just waiting and waiting. So API gateways, job queues, background workers, as I mentioned. So all these components lead to help the user achieve that event-driven architecture. So gateway pattern, instead of making your users wait, they immediately acknowledge your request, which is, hey, we've gotten your request. That's good. Then you can, at least your mind will be resolved that, okay, you're getting Uber has given you, just using an example, Uber has given you a response. Then the heavy work happens later on the background. That's why we now have queues. So think of queues like a bakery, for example. Now, imagine going to a bakery and well, like all of us on this call will go to the bakery and everybody is queuing. We're all just there. They have to like take your own order, go and make your own bread, come back, serve you before they go to the other person, make his own bread. Then, but at least now, if you just go there, you can just get your tickets, for example, which is just queue. That's the tracking ID. You just wait. So as soon as the bread is, it doesn't mean that as you're there, you're given a tracking ID, a ticket or tracking ID to know that, okay, your own request, your own bread is being processed. So it's not like it's when they are done handling one person, one user, that's when they now go to the next user. Though basically that's what's happening, but on the surface, they've notified you that, okay, we have taken your request to make a bread for you. So everyone gets served, no one gets lost. Then no one is also skipped because I might get there first, but then maybe the bread I want is maybe like 10 loaves. They wouldn't delay Chisom, for example, who maybe wants just 2 loaves. She eats more than me, so I think maybe let's say 20 loaves. So and examples of queues, things I can handle, like we have Bull MQ, RabbitMQ, Amazon, SQS, Apache, Kafka, etc. Then we'll also have isolated workers running on Node.js, Python, whichever language you're familiar with. So I don't know. Am I still making sense or but here? So I don't know if I should take a break, ask questions, or entertain questions at this point.
I think we can ask questions.
I don't yeah, let's just take a break.
Anyone that maybe wants to ask question, maybe not just on this topic, but maybe in general, not just but based on what you've heard now, maybe what the first speaker has said, and maybe general questions. Any questions you have whatsoever?
We have big guys online that it's not just me.
If you're shy, you can actually write the questions down in the message.
You can send it to the chat. I'm also shy, so that shines too.
I think we have some questions here actually. So there's this one that says, is this a Web3 company? No, we're just like a community of developers. We kind of focus on helping those people who are starting out in tech with challenges. That's why we had Chima showing us, the platform where you can actually take challenges and take hackathons. There are lots of hackathons that are coming up, and you can go there, take 1 or 2 hackathons and maybe make some money. And you can also share, your achievements on social media and, just growing yourself as a new dev. Instead of you just being stuck in the learning loop, you could just, practice and have some projects in your belt. We also have we're going to be post most of these recordings on YouTube, and we're also going to be you can also join the our community on WhatsApp. I have dropped the link below. And you can also just check out devspax.com. I think we may actually do a small exercise where let me check Devspax right now. And I think we have currently how many people logged in or registered? We have 25 people. Hopefully, maybe before the end of this, could have up to 30 people or 35. So everyone should run to devspax.com and try to create an account and start taking out projects as soon as possible. All right. Anyone that has questions can still ask now. The floor is open.
Are we still together?
Yes.
Okay, so what I'll just go and mention next is something amazing which you can use to update your front end. That as a backend, you don't want your users like just hitting your endpoints consecutively and just hitting and saying let's say, for example, using the Uber ride again, the person has made a request for his ride and still nothing yet. So you don't want your application just so we have the two systems or three that two options basically, polling and WebSocket. So polling now is like calling the restaurants, for example, that we're using, the bakery. You've made an order for a bread to be made for you, and polling is now each time, maybe after every 2 minutes, you're calling them, is my bread ready? They're telling you no. Call again after 2 minutes or 3 minutes, my bread ready? They say no. So that's basically polling till you get a response that says yes, your bread is ready. So basically that's the same way, like you're trying to queue your response, your request from your users to the AI so that you don't fall into rate limits. Then OpenAI is telling you, no, we're not ready to give you a response, we're not ready to give you a response. You keep calling and calling. So basically that's polling. Then the other thing I mentioned earlier, WebSockets, which is basically like giving that restaurant your phone number. Like, okay, when my bread is ready, just call me. So that way, give them your phone number, and you don't have to keep calling every 2 minutes and say, "Is my bread ready? My bread ready?" So once it's ready, they just call you and say, "Okay, all good," and you go get your bread. So basically, think of using those two scenarios or two concepts. Use it to imagine how you could build applications, backend endpoints, APIs that would handle large requests. So you're able to batch requests and just queue them so that you don't fall into hitting the rate limit from OpenAI. As I said earlier, OpenAI allowing, just an example, not the exact figure, OpenAI allowing 500 requests per minute, and you're having 100 requests per users from the users on your own DB, from your own DB. So you can just queue the remaining 400. So they just keep going into the queue. So even as the minute continues to increase, you can just continue queuing. So those first 100 happen in the first minute. In the next minute, the next 100 goes like that. So you just keep so basically, just as a queue is, it just continues to move. So no one gets an error that way, and your users get better experience. Because I feel it's going to be a better experience to say, okay, you tell your user I've received your request, I'm processing it, than your user trying, then it's not becoming like a game of chance that maybe if I'll be in the next 1 minute, if I'll be among the next 100 again, you understand? So it's better you let them know I've gotten your request, it's been processed, then you just add them to the queue. When it's their turn, they get the response, and that way everything, it's a better experience for everybody. So I think it gives users great satisfaction to get real-time updates. So this whole concept helps to have give users either bad experience or a modern experience, as I will call it, because it's something that says your user waits for 20 seconds, 30 seconds, and still gets an error. But then if your user gets an immediate feedback and says, we're analyzing your document, we're working, this being processed, then and as the you can even still give real-time updates that, okay, for the very first, maybe the person was 101, the very first 100 was being set, his was not sent. You can tell the user, we're analyzing your document. Then when his one is now being sent, you can still send using WebSockets for real-time updates that, okay, we're extracting your entities, we're working on it now. Then when the response comes, you can now like update through WebSockets that, okay, this is now a success. So basically that's just the whole thing. So just as a refresher again, or let's say summary, the API being ingested, that's the front end calling the endpoint. It's been handled by being pushed into a queue. If there are requests before it's been pushed into a queue, the AI taking over, working on it, the DB gets a result, everything is added to the DB, saved, and then WebSockets notifies or changes the status of that progress for the user. So the user is not just waiting and waiting with no. So thank you again. My name is Nuhu Ahmed, as I said earlier, and full stack developer with my very boring topic to be here. So thank you. So if there are still questions, I'm still very much available to answer. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Ahmed. Amazing. Please, if anyone has any questions, you guys should not be shy. This is the best time to ask. All right.
About hackathons.
All right. So
Wait, Victor, you say something. Victor.
I think
You said something about hackathon.
okay, yes. So I think maybe we could go over the hackathon real quick before we end. I'm just going to I think Chima Valentine can show us towards the end again how to take part in the hackathon, because the hackathon is just last for two weeks, and you're going to be able to earn 50K. So Sophie, can you please help us drop the link to the hackathon maybe in the chat so people can see it.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, Mr. Henry, I don't know if you can hear me. All right, we're supposed to have another speaker, but it seems like he has issues with his network and maybe his laptop. And he was supposed to be the last speaker for today. And it would have been a really interesting topic around the front end, because right now we've spoken about security in the beginning, and we spoke about, a lot of backend system design. The whole essence of all of this, you notice that we are not really talking so much about just, vibe coding. We are talking about things that separates you as a developer from someone who is just an ordinary vibe coder. Right now, due to AI, the advent of vibe coding, there has been a lot of security issues, or developers who are just building without proper system architecture. So this is actually really interesting, and I wish Mr. Henry was able to help us, talk to the front end guys on ways they can evolve now in the advent of AI. Unfortunately, I don't think we'll be able to have that lecture today. All right. In order to just round it up, I think we'll just go around, show the hackathon, and then we'll move forward. If you guys have any questions, you guys, it's really nice to just join the community. You can drop your questions there. If you have challenges, you can be able to, challenges that you think would be interesting, that you would want to other people to take part in, you can. Yeah, you could just drop it in the we could drop it in the community. So for the people, the front end guys, unfortunately, I don't know.
Chisom, don't run away. You can assist in this one. You the front end advocating for front end. You are running away, Chisom.
So I did not prepare for it now. Like I was supposed to, I handed it over to someone else as I was
to Henry,
moderator.
right?
Yeah, unfortunately, he was not.
You will not dedicate a particular session for the front end. You make it up to them. That makes sense.
I did not prepare.
not today. It's just I'm not speaking on behalf of them though.
So I think the next one that is coming up, right? Because right now this one is very, very technical. The next one we want to look into is going to be usually around, employment, getting jobs, because getting jobs right now is also difficult because AI is here. Many people are breaking in as a junior dev now is very, very difficult. So we need a session talking about that. And in case you guys also have interesting topics, you guys can also drop it in the community or drop it here. Maybe in that session we'll just have some front-end conversations, because right now I don't like the fact that front-end guys are going to be starved. But anyways, front-end guys, there's a lot of front-end hackathons. Just take part in any of them. Build with AI, build something with AI. You can use Google Gemini, use any of those. So Sopuchi, back to Chima Valentine, just give us a quick overview and then we'll just call it a day, unfortunately.
Yeah, so good afternoon again. So I'm going to share my screen again for guy that have a question. So this is if you go to devspax.com, all you just have to do is just sign up, then log in, then you come. This is your dashboard. This is the challenges where you can take your challenges, and also this is the hackathon as well. So they just come to this hackathon tab. As you can see, we have one hackathon open already. So you can view the hackathon. This is a full stack intermediate. The price, which is 50,000 naira. You can view the hackathon as well. See, okay, you can also see the submissions. So if other people have done their own projects, you can see it here. Then you can also view those projects as well. So you can see what your competitors are doing as well and know whether yours and know that what you have is enough to beat them as well. So I think that is kind of, let's say, a shortcut. You can view your opponent's work and know how to improve your own. So that is basically it on the hackathon. Then I think that is all for Devspax. Just a simple, we try to just make it as simple as possible. We didn't want to add much complex stuff to it to make it complex. We just wanted to make it very, very simple. So I think that is so I think we'll be having more of these kind of meetings. Me and Chisom will discuss and others as well will discuss to be having this kind of meetings. I think maybe monthly or we'll know how we'll do it. But if you guys join the community on WhatsApp and also join our LinkedIn, we'll also be posting update on when we'll be having the next meeting, our speakers, what we have in stock, and that. And basically that is it. So nice speaking to you guys today. It was nice meeting you guys, and I think we'll be ending this now. Chisom, do you have anything to say?
None for now. We are very sorry for the front end. But very sorry to the front end community, but we are going to make it up very soon. You guys can follow us on LinkedIn. That's where most of our updates are. You can go there. That's where we are going to be posting hackathon winners, not just on LinkedIn, but also on the Devspax channel website. So just join the community. Give back. You can bring challenges that you think is interesting. If you also are someone who have money and you want to help, you want an interesting hackathon that other people can take part in, you can bring a lot of money, and once you bring that money, we are able to give it back to the to the community, to the developer community. So this is really interesting. We're also going to be doing some partnerships as well, where maybe with some online schools, those people who are teaching new devs. So will be doing some partnerships as well with those people. So just stay tuned. Follow us on LinkedIn, join us on WhatsApp, and you're going to be hearing from us as much as possible. I think that's it, guys. Unless anyone has any question or anything to say.
Also,
Yeah, I think
mobile lecturers, for those that it's mobile. So
yeah,
mobile
mobile,
speaker. Yeah, I think
yes.
Chris can speak on mobile as well. So okay, we'll also be discussing on mobile. So for mobile developers too here. So you guys are not left out. There's not only websites that are
Yes.
focusing.
Valentine is also a mobile person, so he's going to do he has a lot coming for you guys as well.
So yeah.
All right, let's end it here. Thanks, guys. Thank you, everyone, for joining. You guys. Bye.
All right. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Bye.
Stop thanking me. Stop thanking me.
Right. Thank you.